What's good, people? Good people. Welcome back. I and I got all this stuff pulled up because I wanted to talk about all this. And matter of fact, we're gonna still do that because I need to get this stuff off the screen, man. But I think I just, I think I just figured something out. Let's start here. All right, let's start here because this is what I want to talk about eventually. It's the church and cymatics, right? So like next time I see y'all, next time I talk to y'all, this is what we gonna probably go over. So if y'all want to go ahead and get a head start on this, the church and cymatics, you know, you can go to any Catholic church, you'll see these windows like this where they match these cymatics. And was this is the sound waves, and what this is music is liquid, architecture. Architecture is frozen music. So I'm coming up with all kind of theories after finding this out, right? After discovering this, I'm coming up with a whole lot of theories because who really built these buildings? Because and then we could get into look at these old churches, old temples. Now the church in cymatics, the church eventually turns into the hospital. But what I'm realizing looking at these cymatics, because these cymatics is healing frequencies, right? So you got the healing frequency on the window, right? Now these was not stained glass windows back in the day. These would be crystal quartz. These would be crystal quartz, all different color. It'll look like a stained glass window to the untrained eye, but it'll be crystal quartz. So you got cymatics going on with the church organ and the pipes. And then you got water sitting in there too. So it would actually be holy water. I believe these conquests and these crusades was to actually get a hold of these buildings. A lot of these ancient temples. I believe they was all around the world. And I believe these cymatics was common knowledge. And they are hiding a huge secret, bruh. And I'm pretty sure it's dealing with cymatics. Because I believe this was the first hospital. And you go in there and you get those frequencies, right? They're using those organ pipes is made out of tin and gold. The same thing. Them bowls. It's the frequencies. It's the vibration. And you go in there and you get healed. I believe it's the same thing with these ancient buildings because they still trying to figure out how they got these carvers in there like that. And I think next time I talk to y'all, man, next time we go over these cymatics, I'm definitely gonna have something for y'all dealing with the ancients and how they was doing this. And I believe these crusades and these people want to go around the world and conquer all these places. I don't believe they really wanted much but these buildings with these cymatics and to stop the natural healing process because it was probably people living a long time going inside these temples and you play the right key, you play the right music, that vibration happen, and they say it's healing frequency. And scientists have been looking at this for a long, long time, buddy. And like I said, they still trying to figure out how these carvers got in here, and I'm I'm starting to piece it together. So next time I come around and see y'all, man, maybe hopefully I'm gonna have something for you. Uh, I wanted to show Lauren Hill with the cymatics. I can't play the song, but just check out this little first little part. Lauren Hill, everything is everything. She drops the needle on the city because there's city cymatics too. There's cymatics with the cities too. I believe this is why some cities are more violent than others. Some cities is more cooler than others. You get your accent when you go to a certain city. Sometimes I be down in Kentucky working, and I come back to Indiana, and they're like, "Damn, why you talking with an accent?" I'm like, I don't, I don't know. It's just, it kind of, it's the energy, it's the vibration down there. It's city cymatics, and the fact that she's using a vinyl disc to show that, really the earth, because she's using earth and water. She's showing you flat earth at the same time. So after finding this out, I don't even want to go too deep. I don't want to go too long. I want to come back with the cymatics because everything else I got gonna piss you off. everything else, everything else I got is gonna piss you off. Because you've been lied to for a long, 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 long time. There goes Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Cuba. There's you in the back. You got the sign upside down. It look like, to the untrained eye, it look like it'll be ABCs, but if you flip it upside down, it's actually CBA. Foreigners are doing business on this land. I mean, it's as simple as that. So they asking for reparations when motherfuckers really owe you rent. They owe you lease. That national debt they talk about is trillions and trillions of dollars. Yeah, it's owed to you actually, because you've been here for, I mean, forever, bro. Billions of Aboriginal, indigenous people. Because Umar pissed me off. Now I kind of want to talk about the indigenous people. Because Umar with this Pan Africanism shit, and he got me thinking about Garvey, Marcus Garvey. Because Marcus Garvey, he really one of the first Pan Africanists. And this brother getting the pass just to scam people. But as long as he pushing it, to me, as long as he pushing Pan Africanism, go back to Africa. You know, they don't tell you Garvey was down with the KKK. They don't tell you Garvey was a Catholic. They don't tell you more than likely Garvey was a Jesuit. They don't tell you none of that. Here's the map. I'm saying from Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, this whole southeast area of America, right? Not the United States, just America. Before it was a United States, there was still an America, and this was filled with billions and billions, not billion. Well, I'll say about a billion indigenous people. I don't want to go too overboard, but there's plenty of land down there because take a look at this. There was a wave. There wasn't a whole lot of Europeans here in the first place. Indeed, Europeans arrived in America in large numbers throughout the late 1800s. So it wasn't even a lot of because we got to stop using this white and black shit because it's all just curse words. That's why I titled it "Don't Curse Yourself" anyway, because it's both a curse word. Just one's you get a little bit more benefits with the other one. The black curse word, you really don't want to be calling yourself that because that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I've been studying for like the past 2 years is the magic. Because people ain't sleep. We've been yelling, "Wake up, wake up!" We've been trying to wake people up. They ain't sleep. They under a spell. You got to break the spell, and the way you break the spell is to know. Once you know the magic trick, the shit don't work no more. Oh, cause I'm gonna be everywhere anyway. So, and Malcolm Jamal Warner died too. So I might have to bring that up too. Theo from the Cosby Show. I didn't even play this. My bad. All right, yeah, black curse word.
As from soot, evil, sinister, black deeds, cheerless and depressing, gloomy, angered, sullen, sometimes capital, attended with disaster, calamitous, the stock market, crash on black.
All right, you don't need to go any further. When you accepted the spell of the dark priesthood who created connotative linguistics, but they needed you to believe. So they bought off what you call Pharisees and Sadducees, lawyers and priests, for a few pieces of coin.
Why are these dudes dressed like magicians? If I'm so full of shit. It took me a while to figure it out. I mean, it took a while. It's the magic. I'm like, how they be knowing this stuff before it happened? The Trump Illuminati card, like this is. These are all high-ranking. You know, they call the leader of the KKK the Grand Wizard. Black. That's what, yeah. Umar and Tariq Nasheed. It's foundational black Americans. They still snuck that black in. They thought you was doing something too. They still gonna put that black in you. You still gonna put that label on it. You still gonna accept it. And you still gonna wonder why. Because nobody else in the civilized world is running around calling themselves a crayon color. And proud of it too. I mean, it's so cringe to me now to hear it.
It's called the 501c3, and their job is to keep that black thing going, making you think it means Afrocentricity.
Oh, Umar. Don't Umar talk like a preacher, like a pastor? And I find that weird. Marcus Garvey school and Marcus Garvey more than likely is a Jesuit. We know he's a Catholic. There ain't even no denying that. I'll pull that up right now. About it. Eventually, when I find it. Marlon Johnson lying or saying anything. And they just let him get away with it. All right, man. Okay, here we go. Marcus Garvey. African American and the Catholics. Former slaves for religious care and ministry. One of the key issues discussed by the council was the establishment of separate national parishes for African American Catholics. This is Garvey. Now, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Died at the age of 54. All right. Somehow that's going to be connected to Cosby too. But the 54, man, that was a big number for us 2 Super Bowls ago. And matter of fact, here we go. Like I said, Garvey, part of the Jesuit order, has been a big Catholic number. We know that they behind the rig sports because they lead a calling card everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It doesn't stop. So as soon as I heard about Malcolm Jamal Warner, I already know. And they said he died at 54. I'm like, okay. It makes sense. Yeah, because the day he died on is July 20th. Not the 21st, the 20th. The 201st day of the year. And right there should be. All right, so I give up, man. The 201, man. It's the room the Pope stay in. And it's 9/11. 2 buildings turning into 0, turning into 1. It's another calling card for the power control. Just showing more artifacts. And they used to sell this in Birmingham, England. And they made a whole lot of money selling this with the indigenous American. But then, people were like, well, where did this red Indian come from? The red Indian came from the Pacific slave trade, which they never talk about. The Pacific slave trade generally refers to 2 distinct periods of forced labor migration in the Pacific region: the Trans-Pacific slave trade of the 16th century and 18th centuries, and blackbirding in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The Trans-Pacific trade primarily involved the movement of Asian laborers. Right, that's why they got that little Asian look on them, most of them, what they call the red Indian, right? And they was mostly west, like I said, that southeast area of the United States. That's us, the so-called African American. Now, more west towards the Pacific, right? You got more Pacific Islanders, and for some reason they made them the face of the indigenous people and left us out. But they turned most of us into Catholics and Christians, and we fell under their God, and they've been rocking ever since with the brainwashing and the magic. All right. City cymatics. But yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. Because I think I figured out how they built the pyramid, dog, and that's That's gonna be big. But I need a way to put it all together now. Need a way to put it all together, man. Peace, bro. Peace, bro. Yeah, original environment to do so. So it's all good, fam. I got you next time, man. Definitely. Peace, Dante. Yo, the Pope. Holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you, bro. Hey, man, email me, bro. Email me.